It's 10 o'clock. Welcome in. It's three-man front on this Thursday. The whole gang back together. Good to see Molly back in studio. Conrad Landrum, I'm Pat. Welcome into the program. We'll be
I
here
like
until
that
2
Tigers
o'clock.
hoodie.
Thank you.
She's getting ready for today's game.
The Isabels got it for me.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I would wear that.
I got coffee.
Do you have
on
another
it.
one in a bigger size?
No, but I can ask. I got coffee on it.
That's
this morning when I
embroidered?
was
That's really,
driving.
really nice.
It is embroidered.
That looks like, yeah. Okay, so you said that was from our friends at 18th.
It sure is.
Why aren't you wearing Yankee gear?
What's
today?
wrong with you, Conrad? Come on.
Fake fan.
He's a fake fan.
I haven't worn it the last 2 days, so I don't want to curse anything.
Yankee Doodle Dandy.
It's a heck of a game last night.
Oh,
I was thoroughly entertained and panicked, but I was entertained.
bliss or heartache tonight? You got that to look forward to.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I still don't think my wife understands the gravity of, because I was trying to explain to her, well, if we lose, like, this is it. She goes, well, I thought you said they were going to play tomorrow. I was like, well, they have to win to play tomorrow. And she says, yeah, but the baseball doesn't end until like early November. I said, I know, but this is it. I promise you, this is very important.
Yeah, there's no
Paige is
do-overs.
ready for Texas A&M basketball season to crank up.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Yeah, so Major League Baseball, the Tigers and Indians. Yep, I said Indians. They're playing today at 2 o'clock. Game's on ABC if you're interested in watching it. It is an elimination game. The winner will move on to the divisional series. The loser will go home.
Do
Either-
people work up there?
In Cleveland?
It seems like every time there's an AL Central team playing
It's Cleveland.
in the playoffs, then it's a day game. It's an early game.
Based on the attendance in game one, there was only about 25,000 people there. I'm not making that up. That was the official attendance. It was a lot of empty seats there in Cleveland. But this is like I said, winner-take-all game, best of three series. It's tied one game apiece. Likewise, in Chicago at 4 o'clock, the Cubs will be hosting the San Diego Padres. And then tonight, the Yankees and Red Sox. Prime time, 7 o'clock. We'll see what happens.
The buzzsaw that is the LA Dodgers.
And speaking of baseball, just got this email moments ago. Have you looked at the odds at who the next manager is going to be for your Atlanta Braves?
Not recently.
Literally, I just got this email.
Okay.
Mark DeRosa is a 3-1 favorite to be the next manager of the Atlanta Braves, followed by Walt Weiss at 4-1. David Ross, who Landrum has endorsed as his next manager, he
Yes.
comes in with the third best odds at 5-1.
Ross for manager 2026.
This is weird. Freddie Gonzalez has the next best odds.
Y'all do love bringing people back, don't you?
Well, we did pluck him out of a Division III college where he was volunteering earlier this year.
Skip Shoemaker, 7-1. Former Cardinal,
That'd be cool
former
to have,
manager of the Marlins.
to have a manager named Skip.
Yep, that would be. Because you could go in his office and go, hey, Skip.
Hey, Skip.
Mhm.
And he wouldn't know if you were referring to his title or his actual name.
Yeah. Ryan Flaherty comes in next at 8-1 odds to be the next manager.
Who?
Ryan Flaherty.
Okay.
Jack's brother.
Gotcha. Flaherty.
Yadier Molina is 10-1.
Hey.
Davey Martinez is 12-1, who just got fired at the Nationals.
Yadier Molina?
I'm just reading you the
I
information.
No, I like it. He early in his career, for much of his career, he was that guy that he hurt us.
Pat would never forgive you.
Brandon Hyde is next at 14-1. And coming in with the 10th best odds to be the next manager of the Atlanta Braves,
Is it Bohannon?
it is Tony Vitello.
I was hoping it was Aaron
Oh.
Boone.
Would that not be something if Tony V ended up in Atlanta? That would be so much fun.
Wouldn't deter us from buying tickets and going to a game.
Gonna have to have a bidding war with the Giants for Mr. Vitello.
I'm looking down the list
Hey.
to see if
Cost of living, taxes, we got
You
it.
got some advantages. Yeah.
He's not leaving the South.
I was watching a podcast with Barrett and some of the guys over in Atlanta, and they actually brought this guy's name up, Travis d'Arnaud. He's way down the list as a potential managerial candidate. He's at 66-1. Matter of fact, he's got the same odds as Don Mattingly.
Did he retire? Darno?
He was he not with the Angels?
Yeah, he landed with somebody else, but I don't know if he's officially announced his retirement. But d'Arnaud is the guy that we heard when I went over there earlier this year and talked to some folks with the Braves. They said that he was very popular and he was great in the clubhouse, a lot of respect from players, and he kind of bridged that gap with factions in the locker room.
So would you like Freddie Gonzalez, Yadier Molina, or Tony Vitello? Which one of those three?
Out of those three,
Yeah.
because of intrigue, Tony Vitello.
That would be a great ticket. I mean, every ball game.
Yep.
Yeah, and like you said, he'd probably challenge Bobby Cox's
Oh, he'd
record.
make Bobby Cox blush.
Could you imagine Tony Vitello and an Angel?
Oh, and Angel Hernandez, back
Hernandez.
and forth. Oh, God.
Be good. I just wonder if Tony Vitello's style, and you know what? I don't know. I don't know how these guys are coached at a program like Tennessee, but does that translate to Major League Baseball, Pat?
Yeah, I think 30-year-olds respond to things differently than 21-year-olds, but you never know.
It is a business, you know.
I'm sure who is the last, maybe I'm forgetting somebody, but who would be the last, I guess big name college coach that made the jump to Major League Baseball? I can't remember anybody doing that in a long time. It's not like college football where you see that maybe a little more often.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a
you've
great question.
You've
I
had
really
some-
don't know.
You've had some guys like as pitching coaches at the major league level go
I know
on to
that-
be pitching coaches.
Right.
at
You've
the-
had Maddox that served as a pitching coach. Tony Gwynn was a head coach at, I think, was he at San Diego, University of San Diego?
Yeah, but in regards to someone that leaves
yeah.
college to come to the
Right.
majors, most of the time it is a pitching. Like, I'll just give you an example. The current Cardinals pitching coach was the pitching coach at Duke, and now he's
I
the
feel like
pitching
you
coach
see
for the
that a
Cardinals.
lot,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
As a matter of fact, and there was a pitching coach a couple years ago that ended up in Cincinnati. He was a college pitching coach, so that happens a lot. But as far as a manager or a head coach, I should say, at the college level,
I
then
can't
moving
remember it
on,
happening.
How do you think
I
that would
can't
go
either.
over in a clubhouse? Would it be just depends on the clubhouse?
and I guess depending on the personality of who's coming in as the coach
Yeah.
or the manager, I should say.
Vitello would be fun.
That was
I'm still
another
pulling
point
for
of,
David Ross.
That was another point of confusion of last night of explaining that a head coach and a manager are the same thing in baseball.
Does Paige ask you the question, why does a manager wear a uniform and all the other sports they don't wear a
She
uniform?
has asked me that question before, but I'm sitting there and she's like, "Why do you hate the manager so much? Who's the head coach?" I said, "It's the guy chewing bubble gum in the dugout." She said, "No, that's the manager." I said, "Yeah, that's the head coach." She didn't understand that they're the. So she thought he was the general manager.
She'd have really been freaked out if she saw the days of Jimmy Leland smoking cigarettes in the dugout.
Oh, that was fun over the summer.
Oh man,
It
he'd
was a
cut
fun
that
trip down
cigarette.
memory lane.
It looked like a Marlboro Red.
The Cowboy Killers.
He'd cup that thing.
And don't forget, Earl Weaver actually had a pocket sewn into his uniform so he could put his cigarettes.
Yeah, priorities.
You got to take him with you, right?
Absolutely. There's no doubt.
A mound visit, light one up.
You want one too? You're headed to the dugout. All right.
So, Molly, what is your level of, I don't know, worry this afternoon?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being terrified and 1 being cool, calm, and collected, I would say an 11. I'm not-
11?
I'm not feeling very good.
I miss those days.
Is it because of Flaherty?
Yeah. Sorry, Flair.
Right now, Vegas has the Cleveland Indians as a minus 121 on the money line.
Mm.
That doesn't surprise me.
You think Wimp's nervous?
Probably not, based on what they've done to the Tigers over the last couple of weeks.
What everybody's done to the Tigers over the last couple
It's
of
been
weeks.
a rough couple of weeks.
Yeah. But hey, hats off to Molly. She is in full regalia today.
I
She
have my
is-
T-shirt on under us, but I get
Oh my
cold.
gosh, she's like
So-
double
I'd
dipping.
wear that even if they were no good.
Yeah, it's a good
look.
looking. That's a good looking sweatshirt.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Goody.
You're not going to find that on Fanatics.
No, you're not.
I mean, the coffee stain kind of takes away from it, but
Yeah,
didn't-
now I can't
didn't-
take my eyes away from the coffee stand.
Yeah,
I did that while I was driving this morning, and I mumbled a couple.
you not
of
have a
four-letter
sippy cup?
words. No, I did. It just fell out.
She has problems with sippy cups.
I-
I quick
I hit a bump.
quick side street here. Do you guys know anybody that drives around still with a hot cup of coffee that is not with a traveler mug with a
I do not.
my
No.
wife?
Your wife does?
Yes.
What?
And I'm like, babe, what? You slam on the brakes, somebody pulls out in front of us. You know where that coffee's going?
Everywhere.
No, it's going over Landrum.
I do that sometimes here in the mornings because I'll make the coffee in the break room and I'll take a cup home with me. But I fill it up like halfway so that I have a little splash
She's got mug.
coverage.
She's
Oh,
got
yeah,
mug.
no.
Like,
No, I have
No.
like a cup.
I've never
Yeah,
done that.
Not doing that.
okay, sorry.
Wow.
Well, if it happens at McDonald's, you'll be a millionaire. So
Well, that's the thing. I have no recourse. Can't sue my wife.
that's fair.
All right, so Major League Baseball will continue this afternoon. On the program today, coming up at the bottom of the hour, we'll go to Austin, Texas. We'll talk to Eric Henry from Horns 247. There was a story that came out yesterday afternoon. I know Paul addressed it on his radio show yesterday. Bill Connolly was a guest on his show, and they had he ranked the quarterbacks. Like, he did a deep dive, analytics, numbers, QBRs, all that kind of fun stuff. And Arch Manning is, needless to say, one of the worst quarterbacks. Despite Conrad and what he says on a daily basis, there's actually some analytics and some numbers that would support Conrad's argument.
No, Conrad was on this one from early on. Now,
And I have to give credit to Landrum because you presented the thought before the season. I just jumped on the bandwagon the second the season started.
I just threw out the crazy question. What if he is not the best quarterback this world has ever seen?
I was nice. I said he had moved up in my rankings. He is now the 14th best quarterback.
I
in
didn't
the
think that
SEC.
he would well, let's wait for more meaningful games. That Ohio State game, that's a wash. That's a wash.
It's going to be the best defense he plays all year.
That would have been tough for any quarterback. Let's wait until they get it. We'll find out a little bit more. How's he going to handle Swamp?
I was about to say, Florida will be a good test.
So we'll find out what's going on with Arch, if anything, because the people in Austin are kind of tamping down the criticism. Don't know why the rest of us in the SEC footprint is criticizing Arch Manning, but we'll talk to Eric Henry from Horns 247. Rodney Orr in Tuscaloosa will join us at 11. Rob Pate, former Auburn DB, he will join the show. And Brett Norsworthy, the Southern gentleman, I'm sure he will have maybe multiple I Ain't Scared bold predictions for the weekend. The member of the Ole Miss radio team and a talk show host there in Memphis. So we've got a very busy show on tap as we're going to roll on this Wednesday. Today's Thursday. When we come back, we'll get into the quarterback numbers that Bill Connolly. Where does Ty Simpson and Jackson Arnold fall on the list of SEC quarterbacks? We'll get into that and so much more. This is Three Man Front on Jocks. 10:16 here on Jocks. Welcome back into the program. 1-800-239-WJOX. The courtesy GMC text line 205-834-9450.
Well, it's that season when you might be running the AC during the day, but the heat at night, and that stress on your home comfort system is why you need a Trane. They've been named America's most trusted brand for 11 consecutive years, so you know you can count on the reliability of a Trane to keep your home and your family comfortable for years to come. So go and find out more. Visit Trane.com.
All right, so just a moment ago, we were telling you about a story from Bill Connolly from ESPN. So basically what he did is he ranked every power conference team's quarterback or the quarterback situation as we head into the month of October. So basically the first month of the season. Basically what he did is he looked at passing yards, rushing yards, total TDs, interceptions, and a quarterback's QBR. Okay, that's what he looked at. Now, keep in mind, if I give you any type of rushing numbers, he basically looks at quarterbacks' rushing numbers like they do in the NFL. Sack yardage in college counts against a quarterback's rushing yards. For this purpose of the exercise, he did not include sack yards.
Okay.
So it's just straight past the line of scrimmage.
You mean the way that it should be?
Correct.
That's good news for Jackson Arnold.
We'll see.
Yes, it is.
So coming in with the number 1 ranking in the SEC, number 2 overall in the nation is Diego Pavia. No big surprise there. Trinidad Chambliss comes in at number 3 nationally, number 2 in the SEC. 8th nationally, number 3 in the SEC, Ty Simpson. Total QBR 84.2, pass yards over 1,100, rush yards 86, total touchdowns 13. No interceptions. This is exactly what Bill Connolly wrote about Ty Simpson. In his first road start of 2025 against Florida State, Simpson was stressed and inaccurate. In his second road start, he beat Georgia, throwing for 276, 2 touchdowns, and rushing for another score. Projected over 13 games, he is on pace for 3,700 passing yards, 42 combined touchdowns, and at the moment, 0 interceptions. We know that is not going to happen. But at least if you play it out, that's obviously what he's averaging right now. He says first impressions are rarely accurate. So all the people that was ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater after the Florida State game, he's telling you to hit pause. So Ty Simpson, number 8 nationally, according to Bill Connolly and his numbers, but the 3rd best quarterback in the SEC. Next is John Mateer in the SEC. He was 12th nationally. Taylon Green, 14th. Joey Aguilar, 17th. Bo Pribula there at Mizzou, 19th. Gunnar Stockton, 20th in America. Marcel Reed next in the SEC, 26th nationally. Lenore Sellers, 26. Garrett Nussmeier at 37. Arch Manning is the 12th best quarterback in the SEC, according to Bill Connolly's numbers. And Arch is the 41st best football player at the quarterback position in America. So where's Jackson Arnold? He's right behind Arch Manning, 13th best in the SEC, 43rd in America. Total QBR is 70, 846 passing yards, 311 rush yards, 10 touchdowns, no interceptions. This is what Bill wrote about Jackson Arnold. Arnold has completed at least 65% of his passes in 3 of 5 games with 0 interceptions on the year. But he has taken at least 4 sacks 3 times, and he has taken 14 in the past 2 games. His protection is poor, and holding on to the ball too long is getting him constantly without any threat of big plays. He's averaging 9.7 yards per completion. This is an increasing disaster.
Well, Bill's not wrong. I'm going to be very interested to see what that offense looks like because the dropbacks, I mean, according to people who have gone back and charted the plays and looked at the all 22, and these are people that cover Auburn. One in particular, I'm going to call out their name, but they've laid it out. And they said, as much as they hate to say it, this is on the staff. Jackson Arnold and those players, they've been put in really bad positions, especially in these last 2 games, and why they continue to drop back. And it will be fascinating to see what they come out with against Georgia.
So I'm a subscriber to Pro Football Focus. And if you're really into the analytics, I know some people, they don't like PFF. Other people, they consider it their Bible when it comes to certain analytics. I'm right in the middle. I see some things and I'm like, okay, well, that's a pretty good stat or whatever. Then there's others I'm like, okay, whatever. But Jackson Arnold, according to PFF, his overall offensive grade when pressured by defenses is tied for 39th worst in all of college football. Last year, he was one of the 15 worst quarterbacks in the country when he faced pressure. So needless to say, you bring him to Auburn and he's facing pressure. He is living up to the way he played at Oklahoma, which is very poor. So Arnold's average time to throw this season is 2.93 seconds when he drops back to throw a pass. In comparison, Ty Simpson's at 2.99 seconds every time Simpson drops back. Now, Jackson Arnold's number, 2.93, is tied for the 62nd slowest among 200 qualifying quarterbacks. So he's got the time, but when he's under pressure, he actually holds onto the ball longer than he does when he's not pressurized. He's holding the ball almost a full second more when he's being pressured. And you would think that would be the exact opposite. Like, okay, I see a blitz coming or I feel the pressure, I'm getting rid of it. But instead, he's holding onto the ball almost a full second longer than he does when he's not pressured.
Well, and you know what's allowing him to do that, Pat? I'll go back to it. Jackson Arnold, his game is get it out quick, the quick throws, right? A lot of them are high percentage. They can serve as runs. He's not getting those. He's getting straight dropbacks. And people who followed him, that's not his game. And people who followed Auburn during fall practice were wondering why they were working on the dropback game so much, not realizing, oh my gosh, this is really what they're going to roll out with. It's not his game. Find things that he does well.
Well, and I guess if you're an Auburn fan, maybe if it makes you feel a little better, what you heard from Hugh Freeze yesterday in the teleconference of, maybe the playbook is too broad and we need to narrow it down to what he does well. But I think you'd also have a lot of Auburn fans say, well, there hasn't been a whole lot of good left out there to pick from. But obviously, they identified some things when they brought him over in the transfer portal that we think he can execute this part of our offense. Get back to that, run the football a little more.
I think they charted through 2 games, and this was the highest as far as, was it a run, was it an RPO, was it a drop back, straight drop back? And by far, straight drop back led the way. And I think they charted 27 times over 2 games. Insanity.
And also keep in mind, I know some people might say, well, you guys are slamming Jackson Arnold. We're just giving you the numbers. We're just giving you the stats. But when you also have an offensive line that has been penalized a whopping 15 times, his offensive line is not doing him any favors whatsoever.
No. And there's definitely blame to go on the offensive line, but I think that this all comes back to and I will defend Jackson Arnold. Yeah, I think it comes back to coaching and putting your guys in position to have success. Had the same issue last year.
Well, it's just bizarre to me how, and I understand you get into an SEC schedule, you don't want to make your quarterback susceptible to the kind of hits and just the gauntlet that you have to go through in an SEC schedule. I get that. But my goodness, what he did against Baylor, and we really haven't seen that, since then. It was almost like, okay, we did that because we had to get through Waco, but now we're going to concentrate and make you a pocket passer.
Yeah.
We're going to try to make him something that perhaps he's not. And listen, I think we all agree. I think you're going to see a completely different game plan against Georgia next weekend than what we've seen before.
It truly is, though, banging your head against the wall when the defenses are begging you to drop back and throw it into their coverage, and you continue to do it.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I would think that you're going to see a different game plan against Georgia. And if you don't, then we're going to have a very entertaining Monday on the show.
It was also pointed out, and you'll have to go and check me on the yardage, but 2023 when Auburn almost upset Georgia at Jordan-Hare, you know how many passing yards they had in that game? I think it was 88. What's that tell you?
Yeah, if Brock Bowers
Running
had
the
not-
football, you can have success.
If they would have defended Brock Bowers a little better there in the second half,
Oh my gosh.
probably would have been an upset.
Well, you'd had to kneecap him at halftime or kidnap him.
You were spot on. They threw for 88 yards and threw one interception, but they ran for 219 and over 5 yards a carry.
219 against Georgia.
With a far less talented Auburn team and a far greater
Georgia team.
Yeah.
Georgia only ran for 107 yards in that game.
Wow.
Now, Brock Bowers had like 300 receiving yards in the fourth quarter, it felt like.
It's not rocket surgery, Conrad.
Rocket surgery?
You sound like Tua.
My goodness. Never heard that one before. Rocket surgery.
Yeah, rocket surgery.
Oh, okay. Water is your home's worst enemy, and it doesn't need an invitation. It can find its way into any crawl space, bringing around mold, pests, wood rot. But Alabama Professional Services, APS, they're ready to serve you today. Call them, 205-951-9717, or visit alabamaprofessional.com. That number again, 205-951-9717. They can come out to your house, assess the issue, and they're going to tell you about their crawl space encapsulation system that will seal out the moisture, block the pests, and can even help reduce your energy bill. So call them today. Get started at 205-951-9717. When we come back, we'll go to Austin, Texas. Talk to Eric Henry from Horns 247. What's going on with Arch Manning? That's next on 3 Minute Front. Let's go to the Lone Star State. Let's find out about the Texas Longhorns as they get ready to get on the road, taking on the Florida Gators down in the swamp this weekend. A good friend of the program, Eric Henry, joins us from Horns 247. Eric, I hope you're well. I know you spent some time in the great state of Florida, so I know it's kind of like a homecoming for you, right? Heading back to the Sunshine State.
Yeah, you say spend some time. I'm a native of Tampa, Florida, so it certainly will be great to get back home, get a chance to catch up with some friends and family on Friday for making the trip up to Gainesville on Saturday.
Well, can I go ahead and put a request in? So next year at SEC Football Media Days, would you mind taking us and the crew out to some of your great restaurants there in Tampa? Can we rely on that?
Without question. You just hit me up and I will have a dozen recommendations. I'm at the point where I'm pretty sure this is not going to be the lone request I get for spots there in the great city of Tampa, Florida.
All right. So let's talk about this upcoming game because obviously from our neck of the woods, we see snippets of Texas football, and we don't see that Arch Manning's name is on the top of Heisman trophy lists right now. What is going on, just your assessment with Arch Manning and maybe some of the frustrations from some of the fans in regards to what's going on with him in the offense?
Man, how about this? This may shock you, but maybe Arch Manning shouldn't have been a Heisman candidate to open the season to start with, right?
True.
I know that sounds a little crazy, right, considering he was the once-in-a-lifetime generational prospect. No, I'm not, being sarcastic there. To answer your question, here's the thing. And I've harped on this. I know I've said it on your guys' show. I've said it so many places. It's just a little bit naive to expect that you're going to replace the amount of NFL talent, 4 guys from the offensive line who are on NFL rosters, 3 who were drafted. You talk about your top 4 pass catchers from last year, all in the NFL. You have a running back in the NFL, and to just think it's going to be plug and play. And yes, to an extent, I get it, right? This is Texas. You recruit well. You have top 5 recruiting classes. You think you should be able to go out and do things. But you can't microwave chemistry. You can't microwave cohesion. And I'll say this. I think this went a little underreported, even by us on the ground. I'm not afraid to, take the blame there for that. Ryan Wingo, who was supposed to be Texas' number 1 target and is the number 1 receiver in this offense, he missed time. He missed spring, had a LASIK surgery, missed some time in the fall. Trying to get that chemistry with him and Arch Manning is taking some time. So it hasn't been a surprise that Arch has a little more chemistry with his roommate, or one of his roommates, because it's like 6 of them in a house, wide receiver Parker Livingstone, right? So I think a lot of factors are at anything else. It's just trying to build the cohesion on offense. And also, I'll say this, a lot of the things that Steve Sarkisian likes to do, pre-snap motion, some of the bubble screens, quick, I have to believe that they weren't executing it well in practice, at least during fall camp, because we haven't seen much of it during the season.
Eric, a third of the SEC schedule, college football schedule, gone by now. So you've got a good sampling of what to expect, at least league-wide. With the play of Arch Manning, specifically the offense, how much has your expectations for this team, after evaluating the rest of the teams on the schedule, how much have they changed?
They've changed a little bit. So full transparency, I had Texas going 10-2 in the regular season. I thought that Texas would fall at Ohio State, and I still believe that Texas will fall at Georgia. Now, and we were asked to kind of redo our SEC prediction, SEC schedule for the site, I have Texas at 9-3. I think they'll lose to Georgia, and the other game I have them losing is when they host Texas A&M, right? So the expectations change in terms of, wins and losses by 1 game. But just in terms of the offense, I always felt this would be a defensive-driven team, but I don't think I realized just how much, if Texas is going to reach Atlanta, which would mean, is there room for a two-loss SEC team in the SEC title game? Maybe, when you take a look at the way the SEC schedule is shaken out so far. But if they are going to reach Atlanta again, I think it's going to be on the backs of this defense. I think it's going to be the defense winning a game that maybe Texas isn't supposed to win, in my mind. That would have to, or a Texas A&M. So that's kind of where the expectations. One other thing, just kind of leaning into how much the run game is going to really need to drive things for this offense until Arch Manning and company can find that cohesion with, just the rest of the pass catchers.
Well, one thing's for sure, you're walking into the Swamp this weekend and you're facing the 118th best offense in college football, going up against one of the best defenses in college, and that being the Texas Longhorns. Just give us a little preview from your perspective on Texas hitting the road, playing in the Swamp.
Yeah, here's what I'll say. That styles make fights, and if Florida were walking into this game fully healthy, I would give them a fighting chance. And listen, we all know, it's no secret, Billy Napier's coaching for his job. This is a week-to-week thing there on the ground. So over at Swamp 24/7 have said as much. I would give because, as you led with, Florida's offense has been abysmal. But guess what? The Longhorns situationally have struggled. When it comes to third downs, they're 104th in the nation in third down conversion percentage. When it comes to red zone, they're 107th when it comes to red zone scoring percentage. Two areas that Texas's defense, the two areas that Florida's defense excels in playing third downs and the red zone. But you take a look, you have Dijon Johnson, Florida's top corner, being out. That means Cormani McClain is going to have to assume the number one cornerback role. Texas went at Cormani McClain a lot last year, even though he's grown from last year to this, the former five-star recruit. I don't think he's going to be ready for this type of challenge on Saturday. So all things considered, especially you factor in the fact that Florida's offense, and this could be a game, folks, where, with both teams struggling on third downs, this one might set offensive football back, a couple decades, who knows? But the one thing I believe in is Texas's defense. So if I had to give you a score prediction, I see this one playing out something like 24-9 with Texas winning.
Eric Henry, Horns 247, joining us on Three Man Front and joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline. League-wise, and it can be a good surprise or a bad surprise or both, who have been those surprises here in the early part of the season for you?
I'll try to give you one good, one bad. Let's start with the good. Vandy. I should know better than to bet against Diego Pavia. I covered Conference USA football for 5 years, covered one of Diego Pavia's early starts there at New Mexico State. I've seen the guy just kind of defy the odds. And I did not think that Vandy would start out as well as they have, and they look like legit players. I mean, I don't think it's out of the realm to think that they won't upset another top 10, top 15 type of team, with them being, I believe they're ranked 18th in the latest poll. So that's been the good. As far as bad, I got to go Florida. Listen, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. And I don't know. I'd say one caveat. We don't know what DJ Lagway's health is, right? Did he enter fall camp, enter the season not at 100%? Who knows? SEC Media Days, I was so high on DJ Lagway to take the next step. Again, I'll take it on the chin. I thought that Marcel Reed from Texas A&M was that guy who you kind of have to be a little bit shaky on, and DJ Lagway was the sure thing. Well, it's been the opposite, right? So in terms of bad, just, USF's a good G5 team. Byron Brown's a good quarterback. Hitting thing, that's, you can't have that. And just the way things have fallen apart offensively, that's been a very bad surprise, I would say, for me so far.
That is Eric Henry. You can follow his work at Horns 247. I know Coach Sark's got his presser coming up here momentarily, so we're going to let you run, Eric. Always appreciate your time. Enjoy heading back to your home state. Should be a good one this weekend down in the swamp. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Eric.
Anytime, fellas. Appreciate you having me on.
Thanks. That's Eric Henry. He joined us just like all of our guests do on the Higginbotham Hotline. You deserve solutions that are built for you. Higginbotham is your one-source solution for insurance, financial, and HR services.
We will dive into the weekend slate of college football games, especially in the SEC. This Thursday edition of Three Man Front continues right here on your home for college football and more. Jocks.
At the top of the hour, we will head to Tuscaloosa, talk to Rodney Orr from Tider Insider. About an hour from now, Rob Pate, former Auburn DB, will ask him his impressions of what's going on with the Auburn offense at 12:30. Brett Norsworthy will join the program from WHBQ Radio in Memphis.
Well, later on this afternoon, this evening, you want to watch Major League Baseball playoffs. How about some college football, the NFL? You can do it starting today all through Monday night with our friends at the Finnick, a wonderful restaurant menu that includes award-winning wings, great wood-fire grilled burgers, great shareables, fork and knife stuff with fresh Gulf seafood, hand-cut steaks as well. But the Finnick, they've got the video boards. They've also got live acoustic music Wednesday through Friday, 5:30 to 8, live bands cranking up at 10 o'clock on Friday nights. And then all weekend long through Monday, you're going to be able to hear the game. That's right, whether it's Alabama taking on Vanderbilt, whether it's whoever. Throw that game out. The big game, we know you want to hear it. As college football fans, they're going to do it for you there at the Finnick. Also, a reminder, the Finnick's a great event space venue. They're filling up quickly with year-end events, including corporate Christmas parties. You can go to finnickbham.com for more information, but go join me at the Finnick, 1630 2nd Avenue South near Railroad Park.
All right, so the initial injury report came out last night. I'm going to get Conrad's help on this one. Do you know the name I'm going to ask you about?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to do the easy ones. And then I'm going to give Conrad the tough one.
Thank
Who's this
you.
for?
This is for
Vanderbilt.
Vandy and Alabama.
Okay.
So basically for Alabama, we know Quay Rousseau's out. Jamarian Latham's out. Jeremiah Beeman is out. Out for the first half because of a targeting. Don't be looking on Google. Don't do that.
Why are you doing that?
You're not supposed to do that. I shouldn't have sent it to you that
Hold your
early.
phone up facing.
Yeah, we need to make sure that you're not like watching a video.
It's ridiculous we have to do this.
Yeah. It's like a hall monitor.
Have some integrity.
James Smith for Alabama is out in the first half. He'll be back in the second half because of the targeting call. A bogus targeting call, by the way.
Is Ellis Robinson suspended for the first half of the Kentucky game for Georgia?
Don't think so.
That's Mr. Dive on the dog pile guy.
Yeah, they also missed another hit on Ryan Williams.
Well,
They didn't call. All right.
he needs to take some hits.
So here's who is out officially for Vanderbilt. Marlon Jones, cornerback. Running back Chase Gillespie. Safety Brell Lipford. Linebacker Jamison Curtis. Questionable is cornerback number 17 Mark Davis. Now Conrad will tell us who is doubtful.
That would be defensive lineman number 5, Yelenin Altara. That's what we're going with.
Uatara.
Uatara?
I would say
Owatera.
I would have said Owatera.
Owatara?
Awatara.
Okay. Yelenin Awatara.
Mm-hmm.
Ouattara.
We call him Yelly.
Sounds right.
I'm sorry, I do not know his film.
I'm about to pull it up for you. You know everything you need to know about Yellen in.
So how you say his name again, Conrad? What was it?
Yelenin Altara. That's what we're going with.
Awatara. Can you get a prophetic spelling of that from the Vandy website?
Prophetic?
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do.
This is a international prospect hailing from Germany.
Oh, okay.
He is all 6'7", 320 pounds. He is from Cologne, Germany. His high school was the Cologne Crocodiles. You don't see that mascot very much over here.
He is their starting defensive tackle.
Wait, we'll start with the important stuff. He has been named to the SEC first team all academic
Oh, that's
honor roll
shocking.
every single year.
I thought that was all Vanderbilt
So
players
this
every
is
year.
not just a football factory. They're bringing in players and we'll give them coloring books. No, this guy's actually earning a degree from Vanderbilt.
I meant phonetically. I don't know why I said
I liked.
We know what you meant.
prophetic.
We know.
Yeah. Do they have
It's just
that-
like rocket surgery. It's okay.
I prophesy
Yes.
that he is not going to play.
Did you see that on the website how you're supposed to say his name?
That would be something that you would typically see, Pat. But no, I'll have to go to the roster now. Let's see if their SID has. Do they have an SID?
I don't know that.
That's the only school in the SEC I would ask.
No, we're
that
not being
question.
ugly.
No,
They
I
don't-
honestly don't know if they do,
don't have an
yeah.
athletic. I mean, Larry Leathers used to be the SID, just a great guy. He ran their sports information office for forever, it seemed like.
Are you kidding me? They don't give a pronunciation. I guess Vanderbilt folks are smart enough to figure out how to pronounce it.
We need something for the rest of the SEC.
Okay. It says I can connect with Yelanan.
How? How are you going to connect with him?
I can
You
book
gotta-
a fan experience for $41+. This is a link on Vanderbilt's website.
So for $41,
$41, we can meet him and learn how to pronounce his name.
You get it. Well, let's start with a shout out. Yelanan will record a video for you.
Okay. How do you say your name? We'll give you $41.
Yeah.
Shoot us a video.
Post. Yelanan will post on social media for you for $39.
I feel like that would be more expensive than the
Hey,
other
you
one.
want Yelanan to attend your practice or your event?
Birthday party?
$99 plus. Autograph, $96. And
These are very specific prices.
oh, but you'll love this final one that they offer. Pitch anything. Yelanan will respond to your custom request.
Well, that's dangerous if Conrad is the one that's asking him to do something.
I'll be honest with you. I thought you were going to say for like $200 he would tutor you in a subject of your choosing.
When Conrad writes him and says, "Will you send me your used toothbrush?"
And I'll just take it off your hands for free.
Yeah, that's right.
This is all a setup on their website by Open Doors.
Okay.
Kind of cool.
Hey, hats off to him.
Yeah.
Any way possible to try to get these young men some money.
I wonder if our buddy E. Robinson, who played at Vanderbilt, who listens to the show, he can pronounce his name.
Yeah. I just don't know how.
Come on,
his
E.
name.
Let us know. So he's out
Well, he's doubtful.
or doubtful.
But he is their starting defensive tackle. I don't know why I keep saying left tackle. Defensive tackle. So it is actually somebody that
I bet he plays.
would be impactful. Oh, well, Diego Pavia is going to go pump him up, and he's not going to miss this game.
Yeah.
Johnny Football's going to be there.
Johnny Manziel's going to pump him up.
Do you think Johnny Manziel is waving a towel during the game?
Like Trooper Taylor?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It was good to see Trooper Taylor on the sideline at College Station.
Does he
last
have
week.
his hat on backwards with a pair of Oakleys waving a towel?
I just hope you get a shot of him on the sideline during the game. And he's got he's holding a key up to his face. And you're
Oh,
just,
stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Hopefully he's
Will he be doing that or vaping? What will he be doing?
Hopefully he is.
Yeah, he'll learn from is it the Dolphins head coach that does that on the side?
Yes.
Hopefully
McDaniel?
those demons
Yeah.
have been exercised. He's not doing that anymore. I really hope so for his sake.
I do too, but I'm sure we'll see a lot of him on Saturday.
But yeah, that will be the talk of everything if we get that shot.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Keon Sabb was not listed on the injury report for Alabama, and we found out yesterday in the SEC teleconference that he will be available according to his head football coach. He was not on the field for a handful of defensive plays at the back end of the Georgia game. He had delivered a hit on Zachariah Branch, and then he was off the field for a couple plays. Dre Kirkpatrick replaced him, but all indications are is that Keon Sabb will be playing against Vanderbilt coming up. And we all remember what Diego Pavia told On3. He says, I just focus on us, but I know we've got to bring it. That's for sure. The crowd, I think, is going to be a big factor in the game, but we just got to play within the white lines. If we do that, if we play our game, it won't be close. End of quote.
Love everything. Confident, okay. But it won't be close. Maybe I'll eat my words. I don't know.
So we got bet it or forget it tomorrow, but you're saying it's not going to be close?
No, I'm not saying that. I wouldn't have said that if I was him.
I see what you're saying.
If there was a team that was going to win by 2 touchdowns, I'd pick Alabama.
Not Vanderbilt winning by 2 touchdowns.
No.
Okay. That's not an endorsement of Alabama winning by 2 touchdowns. You said it's just either or. You would say that Alabama has a better chance
Yes.
of blowing Vanderbilt out than Vanderbilt blowing Bama out.
Yeah, but the more, even after yesterday's show and us talking about it, I went home and really looked at Vanderbilt. They're just solid. That's the best way to describe them. They're solid, and they have better players than they did last year. And they have a quarterback who, so far this season, has backed up everything that he said in the preseason.
And you've already had one quarterback that backed up his words.
Yeah.
Now, that was a little different playing at home. First game of the season. A little bit different walking into Bryant-Denny Stadium because the problem for Vanderbilt is that Alabama has got their guard up, and the fans will be absolutely ready to bring it on Saturday.
Will it be
I
a
hope so.
raucous, crazy environment for Vanderbilt?
That's what Kalen DeBoer said on the head coach yesterday. He was calling out all the fans, make sure they're there and loud on Saturday afternoon. So I think, yes, I think it will be rowdy because you're going to have a lot of Alabama fans that are still ticked off from last year, and it's all right. Let's remind you who your daddy is, and maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't. But yeah, I think the crowd will definitely they'll be into it. And you got to think this is the first home game that. I mean, you had ULM in Wisconsin, right? This is the first big home game of the season, a top 25 matchup. Yeah, people will be fired up.
Yeah, I think it will be I think last year's game, Bama coming off the big emotional victory at Georgia, I think fans will really be in it, especially with Diego Pavia and Johnny Manziel there. And once again, I think the Johnny Manziel thing is going to play against Vanderbilt.
I agree.
As opposed to, it'd be completely different if he was there in Nashville.
Yes.
But being in Tuscaloosa, I mean, it's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, all of that, it's fun to talk about right now. It's fun to talk about prior to the start. But once you get about 1 minute, 2 minutes into that game, then everything is – it should be tunnel vision at that point.
Well, and Conrad brought it up this morning on the Damian Mitchell show, special guest Conrad Van Order. And the time of possession last year between Alabama and Vanderbilt was absolutely incredible. What was the final stat line for Vandy?
Vanderbilt had the ball for 42 minutes last year. So that
42.
means Alabama had it for 18.
That'll win you some games.
And don't forget, in that game, what was the number that Alabama had against Georgia? Third down conversions? 13 of 18?
Yeah, it was 13 of 19 or 18, something like that.
Last year, Vandy was 12 of 18 against Alabama on third down.
Oh, yeah.
Alabama could not get off the field on third down. Meanwhile, because Bama only held the ball for 18 minutes of offense, they only got to third down 7 times.
Well, and that was the problem. They scored so fast when they scored, and then to put the defense back out there, and they were exhausted.
I think Vandy, 4th in the country. That's what I said yesterday nationally, that they're ranked on third down conversions, which is better than last year.
Alabama had 84 yards rushing last year against Vanderbilt, but they had 310 passing.
Well, they had Yellen and Altara there, stopping those gaps.
I thought he was at a birthday party getting $19. All right, coming up next, we'll head to Tuscaloosa. We'll ask Rodney Orr what he thinks coming up this weekend.